everyone, it's Lizette Martinez here. Guess what? I have a new show, Let's Talk, on the Address the Culture Network.
Addressing the culture, I'm addressing the culture, huh? Addressing the culture, I'm addressing the culture, huh? Addressing the culture.
I'm an author. My name is Lizette Martinez. I wrote Jingo #9, How to Survive R. Kelly. My book is available on Amazon and also Barnes & Noble. Check it out. We'll be bringing you great content, exclusive interviews, and a view into my world. Be sure to tune in. Check out my boy, Big Wall, on Address the Culture.
Brick, Brad, Brick, you get your boy, Big Wall.
And it's your girl, Lizette Martinez here on Let's Talk.
And look, and that's what we are about to do. Miss Lizette Martinez, we're about to talk. You know what I'm saying? We got a whole lot going on. It's been some great things going on for yourself as well as the brand across the board. But before we get into all that, I want to ask you how you've been doing and what has been going on in the world of Miss Lizette.
Well, first of all, I want to say Happy New Year to everyone.
Yes.
You and everyone watching. Happy New Year, everyone. I've been in a festive mood. I've been traveling. It's time for me to go home. Okay, I'm homesick at this point. It's been like a month that I haven't slept in my own bed. I got to sleep in my own bed.
Yeah. You need that old thing back.
I'm not complaining. I was in Puerto Rico. Then I'm in Tampa. And then I'm going to West Palm Friday. And then I'll be home in Miami. Yeah.
So you've been kind of moving around a little bit, kind of enjoying your life, promoting your amazing book. Shouts out to Jane Doe #9, doing amazing on Amazon.
Jane Doe #9.
Let's talk about it on all streaming platforms. The hardback, the paperback. She even got a voiceover. Is going crazy. A movie deal in the works. You're just moving around. You know what I'm talking about?
Listen, I was like, it's my time to shine. That's all I gotta say.
Talk about it.
No, I'm very humble about it, but the book took me 2 years, and I really wanted to take my time with it because I wanted to tell the full story of everything that was going on in the background that people do not know.
Yeah.
And everything that, we went through, including our guest tonight. She was there with me.
Yes.
And I was there with her, and we went through a lot. So, I'm going to start writing now with a writer, the script, the screenplay, and hopefully it does really well, and we do what we do, and we get a deal.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to save lives. You know what I mean? Like I told you, the proceeds from the book are going to the nonprofit. We got to build this house, this safe house. We're going to do it.
We're going to build this house. We speaking that into existence. We are definitely going to build
a house. This year, the house is going to break ground.
Yes, absolutely. And like you said, Lizette, like you're doing great things in the community, in the culture, trying to uplift and use your voice as a vessel for everybody. Just like our guest tonight, who just like you. You know what I'm talking about? When we talk about woman empowerment, you know what I'm talking about? When we talk about standing for stuff.
She's fearless. She's not only a silence breaker, she's an author 2 times.
Yes.
Which I don't even know how she did that, because for me to write one book, it took me 2 years. So I commend her on that.
Yes. She ain't playing no games.
She's funny as hell, and she's just a real one. Like her books are amazing. Everyone should pick them up. They're available on Amazon, and I'm sure she'll tell us more about where else they're available. But I'm super stoked to have her on. Yes. I really feel like she is an exemplary woman for others to look up to.
Absolutely. We talk about uplifting women, standing for principles, standing on morals, not allowing their circumstances to dictate their future. You know what I mean? And that describes our guest today. She is an author. She is a woman that is taking her future and putting it in her own hands. And we need that representation in the culture because it
right.
lights up the world. So that's why we had to have her come on here
right.
and bless us with her presence, because we need that. You know what I'm saying?
And listen,
yeah,
I appreciate her coming on because she don't really do, interviews like that much. You know what I mean?
She ain't talking to you if she don't rock with you. You know what I'm talking
about?
Exactly. That's a fact. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So it's dope that we got her to come through to give her story and, let us know everything that's going on, the good, the bad, and the ugly. But we're going to celebrate her amazing career. We talking about the one. We talking about the only. We got Miss Kitty Jones in the building. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you, guys.
Welcome to the show.
I felt like thank you so much for having me. That speech before, it made me feel like I was about to accept like a Grammy Award or something. Thanks.
You are. You're accepting the Woman of the Year award.
Talk about it.
Well, I'm honored. Thank you so much for having me, Lizette. A pleasure again. We just talked about 24 hours ago, but it's good to see you again. And nice meeting you for the first time too.
Absolutely. The pleasure is all mine. I've heard so much about you. Lizette speaks so highly of you. You know what I mean? Of course, you're a familiar face because you are a voice in the culture. So it's amazing to have you here. And we really want to talk to you, kind of get to know everything, your whole journey, because it's an amazing story. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
Absolutely. You're going to get your flowers today. You know what I'm talking about? That's a fact. Right. You know what I'm talking about?
That's right. Yeah,
I don't want to be blushing up here now.
not a dozen, 2 dozen.
Yeah. Talk about it, Lizette. Let them know what type of time we on.
Talk that shit. We talk that shit.
Yeah, that part. You know what I'm saying? So with all of that being said, the first thing that I want to know is, for those that might not know, who is Kitty Jones?
I would say, and this is going to sound weird, but I feel like I just got to know myself all over again about 2 years ago, around the pandemic when there was downtime. So I would say I am fearless, like you described. I had the strength that I never knew was even in me. I'm a mother, a sister, a really good friend to those around me. I am an advocate. I like to, go to women's shelters and donate my time and just kind of be in the community as much as I possibly can and, give back, because I know what it's like to just kind of be on trying to rebuild your life, when you're leaving situations of abuse and stuff, and everybody's situation is different. And I know we'll get down to that question later, so I'll save some of that, but I like the person that I am now. I think when I first came forward in 2017, I was still having like those thoughts of trying to be the person I was before I had gotten into the relationship with R. Kelly. And that was what was holding me back the most. And I had to realize, that experience changed me and it made me a different person. And it's not for not for the bad. So once I accepted that, my healing process began.
Yeah. That's amazing.
Wonderful.
That's
amazing.
Thank
you. I can totally relate to that.
Yeah.
Healing has just, for me, healing started, honestly, when I heard the verdict.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
I was still going through it.
I can see that.
I was going through it emotionally. I wasn't well. A lot of insomnia. I don't know if you suffer from that, but anxiety was happening. And
oh, yeah. You're
stronger than I am, I think. But
no, I think I just wear it differently.
Yeah,
I think, we both talked about this behind the scenes or whatever, but I think when one of the producers called me one time, she said, I don't want you to ever feel like we're not checking on you, but we just feel like you're one of the ones that's just really strong about it. And I'm like, I just wear it differently. It doesn't mean it's
Yeah.
not heavy and that I'm not, going through some things, but I think because I've learned to, I guess, tuck things away because just going back to my background in childhood, people just never know what I'm going through because I know I just wear it differently than
Right.
other people. And I've always been very protective over letting people know, what my weaknesses are. And
Yeah.
this was the first time in my life just saying, I don't care anymore. I'm just going to be vulnerable and I'm going to cry and I'm going to tell people that I'm
Yeah.
hurting. I don't care. And that's what held me back from coming forward for 4 years,
Mm.
So it was just so therapeutic and empowering to do it. And like I said, I wore it. Once I realized I had to just let go of trying to look strong all the time.
Yeah.
There was no stopping me.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
So
so you're, as a high profile survivor that came out on someone so well known, so beloved, or so many different levels,
mhm.
unfortunately,
Yeah.
how did you deal with the backlash? Because obviously I dealt with it one way, but like you said, you wear it differently. But internally, how did you get through that? Because we still going through it.
Early on, it was a set of parents before me in 2017. And then like 2 other girls, but I think their stories didn't gain a lot of traction at the time. I think people were still kind of treating it like some salacious story and laughing at it on like urban blogs and stuff. And no big publications or television shows had picked the story up. And this was like early fall of 17. So Rolling Stone had flown to Texas. I'm going to get to the backlash in just a moment because there's a buildup.
Yeah.
So,
Absolutely.
Rolling Stone had flown to Texas to speak with me because my name had been circulating in a BuzzFeed article, and which I thought I was going to be anonymous originally. And when my name was in there, I was like, "Oh, here it comes,"
Yeah.
So I didn't know what to expect because, like I said, the other people that had kind of spoke out in the media before I did, it was like a story that came and went, and it wasn't exactly viral. So I was just thinking, okay, I'm going to tell my story to Rolling Stone. I know Rolling Stone is a big deal, but I wasn't expecting it to be what it ended up being. So I did the interview. It lasted several hours. My attorney was sitting with me. Ironically, when my story came out about 3 weeks later, it was released October 23rd, which was the same week the Me Too movement had started going viral on Twitter.
Mm.
And that's when the Harvey Weinstein victims were coming forward that same week. So it was just the timing of my story hitting, and that's what made it take off. And so from there, it was just Lifetime called me, and then these people called me, and I got emails, and it was just a lot. The ball was just rolling. And I was like, look, my intent wasn't to repeat these horrific events in my life over and over and over and over again.
Yeah.
And I was a little offended that people thought that, I looked at it as entertainment because I'm reliving it as I'm telling you. I'm thinking about the smell of his cologne. I'm thinking about what I was wearing that day.
Yeah.
How all of this stuff, it plays in your mind, does it not, Lizette? You remember smells.
I remember smells, what I was wearing, where I was going, who was
around. So for me, I was like, I'm not repeating this stuff over and over again in detail like I did. So I did have like several, like the Wendy Williams and people like that inviting me on the show, and I declined. I didn't want to repeat, those stories again. So that's when I had the idea. I'm just going to write it I'm going to write a book.
Yes.
And I did it in like 8 days, and it was raw. I treated it like I treated it like a diary. And I don't know, like, I wasn't thinking about how I was spelling things. I didn't care about periods and commas. I was just like, here's the book, take it or leave it. It's in my words. If I die tomorrow, my truth is in the pages of this book. Blogs can twist it however they want, but this is coming from my mouth unedited.